Now, the third category of taxes I want to talk about is the category I consider absolutely evil. And I think this category needs to be completely abolished. It has no legitimacy, and this category is taxes on what you own. And that includes, for example, property taxes. It includes death taxes, which are also known as inheritance taxes or estate taxes. And it includes the wealth tax. And I think this category is really evil, because when you own something, it should be yours. And if you have to pay money to keep it, then it's not really yours. Then you don't really own it. Like if you have a house and you own your house and you have to pay property taxes to keep your house, you have to pay money to the government to keep your house, that's basically extortion. It's basically theft. And you don't really own your own house if you have to pay money to keep it. It's like paying rent for something you own. And it's the same for wealth taxes. You just own things. It's yours. And you have to pay money to keep it, or else the government will confiscate your property, confiscate your wealth. And I think it's just theft, because you don't really own something if you have to pay to keep it. If you have to pay to keep it, then you're not the real owner. And if you don't own something, then that's a violation of your human dignity, your human rights. You can't even own something. You're basically a slave. And for inheritance taxes, death taxes, estate taxes, I think it's also extremely evil. Because when you have wealth, it's not just for you. It's also for your family, your children, your grandchildren, your great-grandchildren, your descendants. When I make money, when I build wealth, it's not for me. I'm not only thinking about myself. I'm thinking of my future children, my future grandchildren, my future great-grandchildren, my descendants. I'm thinking of them. And my wealth is for them eventually. It's going to pass on to them. And when I own something, when I own my own wealth, when people own their own wealth in general, I think it's a very dehumanizing thing to think that people are these atomized beings that are separate from family, separate from their children, separate from their grandchildren. It's not how humans work. Human beings are connected to their children, their family, their grandchildren, their descendants. Their wealth is not just for them. It's for their family, and it's for their children and descendants. And I think thinking of people in this way, and I think the justification a lot of people use for death taxes is you get to enjoy it in your life. So after you die, you pay because you've already had you already had your life. So why not just give it to the government? But that's not how humans work. We aren't these dehumanized, atomized beings without children, without family. We are social creatures. We are human beings with families, with children and grandchildren, and our wealth is for our families as well. It's not just for us individually. We're not atomized beings. We're human beings with families and loved ones, and our wealth belongs to our families as well as ourselves. And I think inheritance taxes, death taxes, estate taxes, they kind of challenge, they kind of attack this concept of family, of human dignity, in terms of a human being being part of a family and not just an atomized being. And that ownership isn't just ownership for yourself, it's for your family as well. And I think that's what's so evil about death taxes. And I also think that when you own something, when you own something, even when you die, it still belongs to you, and your children are they're your blood, and they carry on to your blood in the next generation. So it's basically keeping ownership of the things you have. And like I said before about the problems with property taxes, or the evil with property taxes and the evil of wealth taxes, if you own something, you shouldn't have to pay money to keep it. The government shouldn't have to make you pay money to keep the things you own. And that includes keeping it in your family, because like I said, I don't believe we as human beings are atomized individuals. I believe we as human beings are part of families. And keeping the things you own to your family should be a human right. And that's why I think inheritance taxes, death taxes, and estate taxes are so evil. And I think property taxes and wealth taxes are evil as well. They're basically theft. You shouldn't have to pay money to keep the things you own. When you own something, you own it. And it's also kind of like double and triple taxation, because when you earn money, people pay for things and they are paying for taxes on what they buy. So the government's already collecting taxes on that. And if you have taxes on what you earn, like income taxes and corporate taxes, you have to pay additional taxes. And the government is collecting taxes on that. So that's like double taxation. And then when you die and when you own things, you have to pay taxes again. So it's like triple taxation. So it's like theft, and it's evil. So I think taxes on what you own are completely evil. They should be abolished, and they have no legitimacy at all.